Signal Processing Lab, Experiment 1. This experiment is essentially of MATLAB basics, which are used for the subsequent experiments to come. This lab experiment totally consists of 6 questions. Question number 1 is as follows. It consists of several subparts. 1a, create a simple vector with 10 elements called A. So we need to create by enclosing the elements within square brackets, say 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 10. 1b is to add 3 to each element of vector A and store the result in a new vector B. B is equal to A plus 3 does the job. 1c, creating a 5 into 5 matrix X using semicolons to separate the rows of a matrix. So to create a 5 into 5 matrix X, we need to create 5 rows which are separated by semicolon. As in the here we have 5 elements everywhere which are separated by semicolon. 1d, find the transpose of the matrix X and store the result in the new matrix Y. So which is done by as follows: y is equal to x bar, and you can see that here y is transpose of x, and also for A we added 3 to every element of A, which results in B, which is 1 plus 3, 2 plus 3, 3 plus 3. And coming to Z1, 1e, multiply these two matrices X and Y. Since these two matrices are compatible for multiplication, since X is a square matrix, we can directly multiply. Z1 is equal to X into Y, which yields this result, and Z2 is X dot into Y, which is to multiply the corresponding elements of two matrices, which is as follows in Z2. And 1g is to create a column vector x1 from the elements of the fourth row of the matrix. To refer all the elements in the mth column, we type x colon comma m. So here we need to refer to m is equal to 4 and do the essential step, which results in a column here x1. And here 1h, select the elements in the mth through nth columns of a matrix X. Suppose we need m is equal to 2, n is equal to 4, which is second to fourth columns of matrix X, which can be done as follows, which is Z3 2 to 4, to second column, third column, fourth column. X2 is to create a submatrix X2 taking the inner sub part of matrix X, which is done by taking 1 to 3 rows and 2 to 4 columns. 1j is to create a submatrix X2 taking the inner part of submatrix, which is as before. Now to delete fourth column, we need to do this operation X colon comma 4 is equal to empty vector. This is end of question number 1. The question number 2 is as follows: generate elementary signals and display using plot, subplot, and stem commands in MATLAB. Also add x label, y label, axis type, grid on, legend to the figure. Since we need to take signals, we took y1 is equal to sin t, y2 is equal to cos t, y3 is equal to exponential of minus 2 into t, where t is equal to 0 from 0 to 5 pi with the interval of with a distance of 0.01. And subplot is being used here. Since there are 3 figures to be plotted, subplot the initial argument is 3 and remaining are 1 1, 1 2 and 1 3, and plot is used for y1 and y2, stem is used for y3, and x label, y label are made samples and am for all the plots, and grid on is axis is also used for all the plots. Hold on and hold off are also used, and legend is also used, and these are the plots obtained. Since we have used the stem for y3, since 0.01 is very small, it is not visible clearly in the plot obtained. This is the continuation for second question, which is 2b. Create and save two variables a and b to different file formats. So the first 2b is to create to a file called abfile.mat. The command is save the file name and variables. So which is done for .mat, .txt, .xls, and to create and save them into an ASCII file, we need to just and view the contents of the file, we need to just save it as minus colon ASCII, and create a structure S1 with ABC using y1, y2, y3. So the next thing is to create a structure S1 that contains 3 fields ABC. Save the fields of structure S1 as individual variables in a file called newstruct.mat. s1 dot a is equal to y1, s1 dot b is equal to y2, s1 dot c is equal to y3, and save in new struct dot mat with the arguments given here, and save two variables to example dot mat, and then append a third variable to the same file is also can be done like this with save initially we save y1 and y2 in example dot mat, and then we initialize a is equal to 50 and save to example dot mat by appending the following command in the line 25. And read cell and write cell are self-explanatory. Just we need to give the argument as file name, and write cell is has two arguments. One is the cells and the other one is the file name like xls or txt. And to read and write matrix also has read matrix has only one argument, which is the file name. And to write matrix we have to add a matrix to any file like .txt or .xlx. And to make an audio read we need to have just one argument for audio read, which is from .wav files or mp3 files, which is being led into two arguments by fs. This is the end of question 2, and this is question 4. Question 4 is basically about the essential initial operations for manipulation of vectors. This is the first one is replm, which is repeats copies of array elements. Since v is 1 2 3 4, we got to use as 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4, and a is equal to repmat v comma 2, which is repeat copies of array elements. Since in the first thing we have in the first command replm we have seen that element repeats, here the whole matrix repeats into a square matrix 2 into 2 type based on the arguments given. And I, zeros, ones and rand are quite self-explanatory. And reshape has two arguments. One is the matrix and the other one is the dimensions with which we want to reshape the initial matrix. And the key rule here is to make sure that the number of elements in E matches with the number of elements in the reshaped array. Say here E has 4 into 4 elements, which must be changed to 2 into 8 16 16 16 equals. So that's the rule. And for concatenating arrays, here the second and third arguments are different matrices, but the first argument is of 1 or 2 based on the dimensions of B and D. If the initial dimension is here, if the initial input argument is 1, then we need to then B and D are concatenated based on the ends of rows. If here the initial argument is 2, then they are concatenated based on columns. And horizontal concatenation is used by this command, where V and U are both horizontal matrices which are used in the line number 3. And vertical concatenation is also same, which we have used the input arguments as V transpose and U transpose. And G is clearly seen here. To see G2 is this, which is horizontal concatenation. G3 is vertical concatenation. And G5 is nothing but it takes initial arguments of two matrices and makes a block diagonal matrix. It essentially makes a diagonal matrix with different blocks. And flipper of a matrix is just flips a matrix left to right, and flips a matrix up and down is flipped. And rotate 90 degrees, it just makes the elements counterclockwise. And trill and tree commands basically extracts lower and upper triangular part of the matrix. And permit is the same as reshape, it just reshapes the array dimensions. Essentially we will get the sub matrix of a given matrix. And coming to subtler shift, here you can see subshift basically shifts the elements based on the argument given in the second phase. Since if it is V is 1 2 3 4, we have given argument 2 V, so V becomes 3 4 1 2. And length, size, endims, and number of array elements and easy empty are quite self-explanatory, which gives the size, number of array dimensions, number of array elements, and determine whether the array is empty, which is A4 is a logical value, it's either 1 or 0. This is the end of question 2, and this is question 3. Question 3 is to make a function which calculates the roots of a quadratic equation given 3 arguments a, b, c. This is the root formula which is being used in the function. and for 1 3 2 we got values -1 and -2. And to plot a quadratic equation we have just considered the variable y, which the equivalent quadratic equation is x square plus 5x plus 10, and we use plot y, which is the plot obtained here. This is end of question 3. This is combination of question 5 and 6, which uses all while and if and else, all the decision making and looping structures. So question 5a is using, we need to use while loop. So here this while loop is being used to calculate the factorial of 5. So initial n is equal to 1, n factorial is equal to 1, and while n factorial is less than 100, n is equal to n plus 1. So which multiplies and we will get finally n factorial is equal to 120. And if 5b is to use an for loop, x is equal to 1 comma 10. If x of n is greater than 8, we just go to loop again. Else if x of n is equal to x of n plus 1, else x of n is equal to x of n plus 2. Here we have used if statement and end, and now also we have used else if and also else. So 6b and 6c are being solved here. And 5c, which is nested looping, we have taken a matrix A zeros of 5 comma 100. Since it has 500 elements, we make 2 loops with m and n variables, and also nested if, and also we have used the break statement here. If a of m comma n is greater than 60, it breaks out of the nested loop for n is equal to 1 to 100, and it breaks the loops. And coming to next part of 5th and 6th question, which is uses switch and nested switch. We need to give input arguments for n and a, and then based on the input argument n, it switches based on the value of n. If it is -1 0 1, it gives the respective display, and otherwise if it's not from -1 0 and 1, it just switches to a, and if we, based on the value of a, displays 3, or either switch or it completes the switch n decision making rule. This is the end of question 6.